Hey, here's Joe again and welcome back to Dark Souls 2, where we just defeated the covetous demon at the beginning of Earthen Peak in this room and are now ready to continue. I'm recording this voiceover after the fact because the combination of Windows updates with some audio drivers or a OBS upgrade, something of that just broke my recording and made it so that my microphone didn't record because the microphone device was set to default and not to my microphone, and then it didn't work. Because something, I have no idea why that happens, but it happens every time something updates, and I didn't properly look at my second screen, which is normally showing me my audio levels, whether the microphone was working. I just glanced over and saw something moving, but that was the game sound, not my microphone sound, and I have to have a better look for that. And you can see already there that we're seeing in Earthen Peak that one guy cowering behind a chest. We'll have to fight him later. We're now at this little balcony. Nimble one ahead. Interesting. So yeah, there already he is, the nimble one. Now the nimble one and the fat one are coming. And the nimble one, he does like to stun lock us, and we hit the wall. Thus our attack was blocked. And now we almost got poisoned. And now we almost got killed by a naked Smo. And now we got poisoned. And I almost died. And I'm using my last poison moss. And the big guy actually died of poison because he was stupid. And now I'm fast forwarding my process. Okay, that looks really fucky. Should have not fast forwarded in a 3D game. 2D games look way better fast forwarded 4 times than 3D games. I just didn't want to show you the that isn't an illusory wall. And yeah, I just didn't want to show you the whole process of getting rid of that poison. I hate that mechanic. It's not a fun mechanic. Now I saw that thing and I thought, can we light it on fire with the torch? And that's why I went down here again. So I'll have to record all my audio now. And looking back, sometimes I have to just do a little bit of filler commentary like I did originally. And I definitely did cut out a lot of the going back to find our souls again when I died. Because that's not fun to watch. I wanted to check out what this lever does. And it just puts the poison vase away, which I didn't knew was a poison vase yet, because I thought it was a brazier that was to be lighted. And I thought, yeah, maybe resetting it will make the prompt appear. But it didn't, so I tried lighting it on fire in a second here with left bumper first, which just makes the torch shine, and then with left trigger I hit it and I get poisoned and I feel stupid and I almost died. And why did I decide to fast forward this? This looks fucky. I'm sorry. I think that's one of the last session I fast forwarded. Oh no, I'm also doing arrow shooting at some point. I think I fast forwarded that. No, that was the last episode. So these assholes, they fire poisoned arrows. You don't want to get hit by them because poison is bullshit in this game. It's the poison pools are bullshit. The normal poison arrows are quite okay. But here actually I hit him, but he did hit the gear that's moving. To remember you, we are in the mill, and the mill we're turning around outside makes those gears move here inside. Now I try to have him fly off the edge there, but I just killed him and stun locked him. But now we're ready to fight that knight looking kind of guy at the end of this hallway. I looked at that item and thought, yeah, that's not an illusory wall, I know, but Would be interesting to see how you get there. And if you get there, how do you get back from there? Because that's not an easy task. Yeah, and these guys, they have quite delayed attack, as many of the big enemies do, and I still don't really look out for my stamina, and he tried to heal that fucker, which gave us the opportunity to kill him. But moving on, no, looking around. For like a brief second you saw on the top of the screen a fog gate, the backside of a fog gate, which just is at a balcony. But I didn't realize that at that time that you could already see that. You'll see what's behind that fog gate in a second. Now I was hearing like assassin guys moving around. There they are. One of them. Second of them. Getting rid of one of them and then getting away because these fuckers can stun lock you. They don't hit very hard. And now some weird... This attack. What was that? I have no idea why it did that little baby attack that did no damage. It looks like the beginning of the backstab animation, but it didn't go through. I have no idea what that was. And this item tells us that these guys are called mannequins. So here's another one of those poison thingies, the big poison thingies. We can now go to this balcony where there was one of the arches. We see a lower balcony. But this is a jump that we cannot make, so we have to jump from somewhere up there, where I'm looking now. We'll get there this episode, so you can look forward to that. So now I'm going this way, seeing the pull thing. And yeah, it would be for another poison vase. And yeah, moving around the corner ever so slightly and slowly because of all the bloodstains here. The bloodstains are probably from people jumping off the cliff or from people getting killed by this guy, which I just pulled. And I didn't want to fight him on the balcony here, so I moved inside here and out of the hallway to get a proper place to fight him in. These are the double-clawed mannequins again, which are very dangerous, and that's why I choose to left bumper. So the light attack of the dual stance him, because that does a lot of stun damage and poise damage, and that really helps us. We get a pike here, which we won't use as a weapon, but maybe at some point I'll show off how dual pikes or dual halberds look in the moveset when you combine them with each other, because I'm interested in how all the different weapon types work with each other. So let's go up this ladder where the two guys drop down. We directly see a knight that doesn't seem to want to attack us because he's guarding something. But this message that try right and then happiness ahead, and then I remembered there's a bonfire around the corner. Yeah, behind this fog wall that we could see from down there, there's a little balcony with just a bonfire lighted, and we're safe and we arrived at the central Earthen Peak bonfire. But for now we want to fight this knight, which we'll have to pull a bit because it's not really easy to stun lock enemies in this game because their poise is quite high. Torch required had that message that, and I remembered that we have to burn the mill to make the boss fight easier later. I could have gone to the boss fight first to show you that, but I just didn't want to forget about this, and then would have to re-go here, and I wanted to get a better angle at the burning windmill here, which will now not stop turning, and the gears won't stop turning, but it will stop working, which is weird, because it should stop the mechanism if the mechanism doesn't work anymore. So now I went ahead and went back down into the area before the covetous demon, where we had that drop where I said I need the silver cat ring for that, and I bought it between episodes. So we're now ready to use our silver cat ring. And I think I didn't equip it. Did I equip it? That doesn't look like a cat symbol in that upper left corner. Did I fuck up equipping it? Oh, I think I set my cut at the wrong timing. There's the silver cat ring, and we're now ready to drop off. I think I was speaking about that weird symbol in the upper corner, which is telling us that we defeated the area boss, thus making being invaded impossible, and also summoning people it makes impossible. This is another trap. Another one of these traps. I think we saw them already. No, we didn't. That's an arrow trap. So this guy is way hardier than his companions outside, and thus I was not prepared to have him not die. And yeah, so this was like the little leftover area right before the covetous demon, where I wanted to see what we can look for, and the message said be wary of right, so I did first look left, because messages lie a lot of the time. And it's good to not aggro those nimble ones. Now I was looking at the ceiling, whether there was somebody on the ceiling. No. So here, right, nothing. Left, guy. Okay, right, just item. Okay, only one guy. Should be easy. Roll into him for the extra poise damage of the rolling attack, of the stab that you do there. And break his poise so that you can finish him off easily. Titanite shard, Soul of a Nameless Soldier. And there's a chest here, which I did see. And the message writer also did see. And in the chest there is a heavy crossbow and a lot of heavy bolts, and I said, worthless, why did I go here? Let's just go out of here. And then I got stun-locked to death by this arrow trap. Yeah, okay. So I had to fight my way back there, which I did, and then tried this drop again, and I dropped into the void. End of story. Yay! There go my 2000 souls or whatever was on that bloodstain. So I said, fuck it, let's just not get our souls back and continue here at the central Earthen Peak bonfire. So there are two mannequins up there. One of them was going away, which I didn't know why he did for a moment, and I waited down here for him to attack me, but he didn't come back, and it took me a lot of time to realize what was happening here, because I had forgotten about this arsehole that is closing that gate. The gate is initially open, and if you go fast enough he can't close it behind him, and now he's behind the gate, and we'll have to go there. There's another arrow trap on the ground directly in front of me. So I'm going around the right way instead of the left way where the trap is. And I'm all wary for certain sudden enemies appearing. I didn't get to read what that was because it's too tiny on my screen. But that was an item. And this guy was so nice as to go down the ladder for me to kill him, and every second attack gets blocked by the ladder. But luckily enough for me, I had a lot of stamina to cope with. So up this ladder. Now we can look around and see nobody here, but we heard them. Two of them. One of them is appearing behind us. No, he is somewhere off in the distance. So only one of them came up here. Wasn't there two? I remember two. So now I'm just using Burnt Arrow to get rid of that range enemy variant of them. That's an archer again, which we can stun lock to death as we already found out. We have just to dodge that one arrow and back into dual stancing mode. Move in a bit And then I heard a sound behind me. Yeah, there it was. While picking up the flame butterfly, another dual-bladed mannequin came up. So I looked around this corner. Did I look around this corner? Yes, I did. And I saw one of those desert sorceresses, and I directly said, fuck it, I'm going the other way. So off to the other side it is. And here there's a message. Illusion ahead, therefore try rolling, I think it said. And I knew, oh god, these are poison stuff. So I wanted to get a bit of distance so that I don't get poisoned when they splash, and I completely fucked that up. So I had to roll off the poison. Now you see the full the full progress thing of getting rid of the stupid poison that's on your legs, which I didn't do completely right because the character sometimes doesn't want to start running. I don't have any poison moss left, so I have to out-heal the poison with life gems. Then I have to run along a lot more until finally the poison gets away, and it's just annoying. It's an annoying mechanic that nobody likes. And it's even worse with oil vases in areas where the enemies have fire attacks. So I got rid of the poison. I can finally go here and open the illusory wall. Where behind the illusory wall is a desert sorceress that's looking right at me, and I tried to roll through the fireball, but I think you can't roll through elemental attacks in this game, because it had happened to me already before. So for my second attempt, I tried to free aim fireballs at those vases so to get rid of them from a distance, because arrows didn't work. I got rid of them enough so that I could go around. So, and then I saw she had her back turned to me. So, changing to bow and arrow, I think, in a second, or two, or three. Because we should be able to stun lock her to death. Yeah. And there she died. And I accidentally used my iron arrows instead of my wood arrows. This was the asshole that was painting us with fireballs down there and killed us that one time. We're getting a spell quartz ring and seeing an NPC. And the other thing was a wilted dusk herb. The spell quartz ring does increase magic defense, and it's a +1 version, so great. It's a great thing we got that. Okay. Going back, there's a ladder going up, and I'm looking around here to see where it leads, and I know, okay, this is the way that we'll have to go to continue towards the boss fight at the end of this area. So let's just go around to all those side places. And I have no idea where I did go down that ladder, because that's not the way to go. We want to go down... What? What are you doing? That's still closed. Behind that gate is where the NPC will be, if we want to reach him. But we'll have to go another way. So we have to go past the desert sorceress on the other side. The other side, Joe. Yeah. Joe is stupid sometimes. Past Joe. Always past Joe. Current time Joe is obviously all-knowing and knows everything better. But, where are you going past Joe? Fucking kidding me. Yeah, that's the way that continues towards... No, don't go there. Lot of poison vases. Don't want to go in there. There's also desert sorceress at the end. Don't go there, Joe. Go around the other way. Go the optional path first. Aha. Now we're going this way. At this iteration, because I died in between, I had to re-kill this archer and he dropped the thing. But I didn't just want to go in and get that. So let's just get rid of her. Easy. So, what does this message say? Try jumping. So this weird shaft with a rotor, probably designed for venting something. It's weird. And then I saw, there's some guys around here. Let's try to pull them towards me by getting them to move and maybe already hurting them a bit. Again, using accidentally the iron arrows, which have far more poise break and thus making them fall off there. And then I thought, aha, there's another guy that the game auto-locked onto. Let's try to get rid of that one. And while I was preparing for that, I think I heard a sound. Hear the sound, Joe. Aha, I hit him twice, I hit him thrice, and he died. Okay. Do you hear the sound now? No, Joe didn't hear the sound. Joe did get poisoned. And now he has to heal fast. Heal, Joe. Yeah. So, and we'll have to also use a life gem to get rid of the poison, and we'll have to move around to get rid of the poison on our legs. What are you doing, Joe? Why are you so dense? This poison is still on our legs. Come on. Get rid of it, Joe. Okay. Around the next corner, because we can't go to that chest yet, and we'll wait with dropping down into that shaft. But first we'll have to jump back here and get the item that the archer dropped. It's just his boots. We're now having like 3 parts of their armor set already, so the drop rate is pretty high. Be wary of right. I'm looking around the corner. I'm seeing a desert sorceress, so I'm preparing for archery. I should be able to stunlock her, I thought, and no. She one-shots me because this game is stupid. I think the ability of these sorceresses to one-shot you is way overpowered. So I'm free aiming at the vases again, all the time telling that free aiming in Dark Souls 2 is really difficult. It's the most difficult of all the games, and then I make it 4 times in a row. Bit fiddling around to dual hand our bow, and then get rid of her, and then she sent out that fireball, which is that fire mine attack that we saw. I think Rosabeth is selling that. Message is saying be wary of chests, so it will be a trap chest. So I will try to roll away in a, not directly away from it, but in an angle. If you have a shield, you can just stand there and block it. But rolling in that angle does keep you safe of both poison chests and arrow trap chests. So that's my go-to. And I don't have a shield anyway. So around the corner waits one more of those fucking assholes, which did a second combo way earlier than I anticipated, which has one fucking reason. And that is the reason that Dark Souls 2 doesn't have the same thing going on as Dark Souls 1. In Dark Souls 1, enemies have to pause between attacks because they emulate. They don't have the same mechanic as the player with like endurance and stamina, but they emulate that by making long pauses between their attacks. And in Dark Souls 2, they just fucking go on, and you have to just get away from them if you want them to stop. So we're now looking around the corner. What does this message say? Hurrah for Rhea. Rhea of what? I thought. And then I went to go on, then I went back, then I looked over here. Aha, there is a knight at the end of that. Let's try to off him with a bow. First with a headshot, and then let's try to continue, and then I see, okay, he's holding up his shield. There's no point in doing it this way, but that's how we do. So, back here, Rhea of Water, and then I see him down there. That's Pate! That's Pate again. Our second encounter with Pate, and then I think, let's talk to that guy later. Let's look around here. Now we are next to the room with the rotor, and yeah, that up there, that's the room with the rotor, with the body lying there. We'll have to get back up to that. No, this time I didn't off the 3 guys, so there was actually a guy standing there. Let's talk to Pate.
Well, we meet again. there's treasure this way, but I have a bad feeling about it. I don't quite have the guts myself. Well,
So, talking to Pate, there's way too much echo going on and it's hurting my ears in the headphones. Even when replaying this now, where I made it way quieter and tried to reduce it, and it was brutal to my ears the first time I did this. And now I remember that I didn't off those 3 guys, so maybe it's not the best time to go in here now. Pate was talking about that door that we have to go to the other side of, and I thought, yeah, let's first go here. But nothing here. There's that guy that I want to kill. Why don't I do it? Why don't I go up? I have no idea. Why does past Joe always have to waste our time? No, he's walking back around. Yeah, because he's just wasting our time and he loves wasting our time. So here he is, ready to go for those enemies again. Maybe he'll kill them this time. We don't have any iron arrows left, and that's where I realized that I used the wrong kind of arrows all this episode. And yeah, let's try to lock on. And the second guy came by himself, so we'll have to fight 2 of those guys now. So let's just go around. I'm now waiting for them here. They didn't come. There he is, the first one. And where's the second one? Second one, I can see him. Second one got stuck on a corner. Thanks for the good AI game. Okay, and we got the gloves. I think we have the full mannequin set yet already. So we can now look down here what this whole thing is about. This wooden platform. Do you go, Joe? You expect an ambush, that's why, yeah. But there's no other ambush. Okay, so and now from here we should be able to go up towards that chest. But let's first look around this corner. Looking around corners, I'm always anxious about there being something. Now I'm searching for a lever here, although we already saw it on the wall. But Joe didn't care because Joe was too stupid to look left. So Joe, let's look at that wall again. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so let's pull that lever. I should really look up how to spell that word, how to pronounce that word right. So there's something below that elevator. Let's get that. It's a large soul and something else. Probably a poison stone. And wait until the elevator comes back down. What are you doing, Joe? Ah, I was thinking, yeah, was this the thing you wanted me to get, Pate? Nope, it wasn't. Do you want me to get the thing at the upper side of the elevator? So maybe it's that. So let's go up the elevator. It's still not behind the door, but let's just try it, because Pate wasn't telling anything about a door. I already forgot it at that point, I think, that he was saying it is behind the door, and which tells me that I have to get behind the door. But yeah. Okay, let's go up here. We saw that chest through the thing where we shot at the guys. So we knew there was a chest here, and the chest contains a mirror shield. I'm not particularly interested in using shields, but I'm looking at them. I think this was the point where I wanted to tell you about, like, yeah, we'll be looking into shields when I run in a particularly difficult boss who has an elemental attack that I just want to block away instead of roll, because the elemental attack is stupid and not easy to roll. So yeah, let's go back to Pate. We will now have the thing that he wants us to take. No, we don't have the thing that he wants us to take because we're at the wrong point here. So firebomb one of the vases so that we can go out without any problem, and going back in and dropping down that rotor shaft. You can also use that rotor shaft to cut around the desert sorceress that's normally here. Now I went around the walls trying for illusory walls, but there was nothing here. Bloody pointless. I'm not going back to Pate, so I must have realized that we have to go behind that behind that door, and we'll have to do that differently. But I saw at the end of this hallway, there's another one of those stupid assassin kind of guys, and let's just shoot at him from here and see how beautifully he renders in that distance where his frame rate is lowered, because that's how these games roll, with like a 30 FPS frame rate at the enemies that are not fully rendered and are in the background. We're getting a Simpleton Spice. That again is the item that you can use to lower the intelligence cost of spells. The intelligence minimum of using spells. This is the gate that was closed, so that mannequin guy that was standing there was the asshole running away from me in the beginning and lowering that gate. But okay, we're done here. This is a shortcut into not progress, which is interesting. But we see down there a ledge that I'm interested to jump down to. But here we have the next NPC.
You idiot. Stay quiet. I'm on the run. Don't give me away. You're a fugitive too, eh? Yeah? Why else would you be here? It's got death written all over it. You want to climb down here? I can lend you a ladder. But, how much can you offer me? Why, yep. I'm trying to help you, you know. Have you no gratitude? Downright rude, really. I've got a soft heart, so I let you off. This once.
And we have to pay 2,000.
Right. It'll be just a moment.
So, and now he does the impossible thing. He goes around the corner and takes this ladder that is already there and just shuffles it around 3 meters. It's totally a thing that I couldn't do myself. So it's perfectly worth the 2,000. Again, the same thing as with Lisha and...
Go on ahead. I won't offer this deal twice.
And her...
What is it? What
moving the
now?
path to Hade's tower to the other side and getting to Huntsman's corpse. So he says like basically useless equipment and the thief and black leather set. Interesting is though the leather miniature, that's a unique item that only he sells, and then he has bleeding serum and bleeding serum and aromatic ooze.
Apparently there's this monster lady, right? And the poison, well, does wonders for her body. You know, the health and beauty and that sort of stuff. And I thought only human women were so petty. That creature, she was human once, you know? Yeah. In fact, she was wed to the prince of that nearby castle. But her husband? He had feelings for another. The princess was desperate and sought eternal beauty, hoping that it would restore the prince's affection. You see what I mean? Before long, the princess's ire transformed her into a monster. Now, listen here. When do you think this all happened? Long ago, when this very land was called something else. We say Drangleic now, but countless kingdoms have risen and fallen on this very spot. And this won't be the last. Oh no. That damned hag just can't let her old flame go. She's going to get us all burnt. God's almighty. I'm not going to die in this dump.
So and this is all that Leathersmith Gilligan can tell us at this point. But he put us a ladder there for only 2,000. But are you fucking kidding me? Now a helicopter is flying over this. Okay, can't really stop now. So yeah, we get a second Ferrous Lockstone. That's the second one of this episode alone. So it's good because I think we'll need a few soon. I think we need like 2. So that's good that we found 2. So we can now not roll through this, we have to break it. And we can now go back to the bonfire if we want to. But I don't really remember where I was going here. because I was still searching for that thing that we had to find for Pate. Now I think I'm just checking back with Pate. Did I find it already? What you were talking about, or do we have to go another way? Or am I not going to Pate? Am I remembering that there's a passage to the left here? Yeah, I'm remembering that. Okay. So over there's a guy. And I almost got stun locked by these assholes again. Good that I did stun him. Now my stamina is low. We have to be very careful with these guys because they can stun lock you for your entire health bar. But okay, over there's the guy with the spear. We want to fight him. So let's shoot arrows at him. No, let's not look down. Let's shoot arrows at him. Yeah, that's where the door is. Let's shoot arrows at him. Yeah. Now Joe's trying. And we're trying to aim at his feet because his shield is up. His shield is up, so his feet should be... The game's ridiculous. So, now we'll have to make the jump and we'll drop into nothing. So you... Okay, that worked. So let's fight him, but don't move too far back. Because he is... And thankfully I stun knocked him. But he did a poke, but he didn't do any damage, although the poke went through me. So I think I stunned him out of it after his animation was complete. We got Crimson Water, which I don't know what it is good for, and something else, and a Radiant Life Gem. So we'll have to do that jump only once more. And it worked. So down here is where we have to go to open that door. And here we stand. For a second you can also already see on the screen where I have to go. But I just wanted to talk to Pate. But he didn't have anything more to tell us, so we had to look around. Where is the item that he was telling us about? Where's the thing that we have to get? And I'm looking and I'm looking, I'm seeing... Do you think that? Do you mean that item? No, that's crazy. It's not that item. But I'll have to get rid of the archers to start trying to do something here. So let's just start with that. Getting rid of one archer. Getting rid of the second archer. All the while realizing now in post-production that the wooden arrow has far more knockback than the iron arrow has. Which is weird. There you saw the gateway that we have to use again, but I dropped because I'm stupid. And now we have this chest here, at least we get something out of this. And this is... Lightning Spear, that's a miracle. That's actually a pretty powerful spell. There's a guy directly below us and we could try that jump, but that's way too far from here. So I'll not be trying that. So... I'm dropping down and running back to Pate, and I'm skipping you past it. Once Joe has explored the place. Past Joe. Hey, past Joe, what are you doing? You're wasting our time. Move on.
Well, there's treasure this way.
And then I found out, oh, we're not done with that Pate. Huh. So then I thought, okay, he must be talking about the item that we have to jump towards to. So let's just try that jump. I was looking around a bit more, I'm skipping you past that, and then let's try that jump, and I failed. And our souls are up there. Yeah, that was a time, So now we're respawning at our bonfire, and we can have a good look around, and we see our soul stain, or blood stain, on the balcony up there, and directly next to the bloodstain we see a gateway that I did overlook, that I did not see, and I'm feeling so stupid now. And at this point in time I'm feeling so stupid for not going in there. And I'm on my way there. There are these two mannequins. They blocked the fastest way to Pate. And they not only block it well, they block it very well, so that I lose all my souls twice. And we're finally arriving at Pate, going through the door and going through the next doorway that was blatantly obvious, but I didn't find it, and we're getting our loot, the loot that Pate promised. And that's a great heavy soul arrow. So let's go and talk to Pate again to see how his quest ends up here.
Good to see that you survived. Perhaps you're more rugged than I thought. In any case, the treasure is yours, since you went ahead, took the leap. I prefer a more cautious approach. It's hard to know who to even trust these days. For instance, I've heard that a man is out for my life. Now, what misunderstanding could have ever led to that? The poor bloke must have quite an imagination. You be careful too, my friend, for trust can be a dangerous thing. You be careful too.
Okay. And I'm trading the petrified something that we found at some point for a channeler's trident. I wanted to include that. Otherwise we only got life gems and a dark knight stone. But the channeler's trident is interesting because it was the hardest to farm for item in Dark Souls 1. And for a level up we're going with endurance because it increases poise and stamina, and those were the two problems that I encountered this episode. So I was directly taking account for that. And yeah, now we're ready to end the episode. Tomorrow's episode will be Earthen Peak, Upper Earthen Peak with live commentary again. I'll meet you when I cleared my way to that one stairway that went up and then had all the poison vases. That's where we'll continue next episode, while Past Joe is buying his stuff after episode ending here, because I'm rambling on far too long. But we're now ready to end the episode and see you tomorrow at Earthen Peak. Have a nice day. See you then with live commentary.